We live in a society right now where when you buy a piece of software, let's say if you're buying a spreadsheet program, when you sit there and you're evaluating, upgrading your spreadsheets to something, do you ever check that they're right in their calculations? No. You just assume if you put all this data together, it's going to spit out the right calculations. But if you're using that data and making business changing decisions on it, wouldn't that be something important to make sure it does the right thing? When you buy software, they'll sell you on the fact it's going to do X, Y, and Z. And generally they do. In our space, the fraud detection space, that's not necessarily the case. Because I've heard this a lot of times from prospective customers like, well, I'm debating going with this company because you guys all do the same thing. And that's not the truth. The biggest problem in the space is how accurate the solution may be. And there's some basic industry standards that should be followed so that you can actually be doing what they consider best case scenarios. About 12 years ago, I think it was, the MRC, which is the Media Rating Council, worked hand in hand with the IAB, which is the Internet Advertising Bureau, to come up with a set of standards because there were fraud solutions coming out that were actually hurting customers versus helping them. Because it was just, hey, it's a quick model. Everybody's talking about fraud. Let's throw something together that's real dirty and cheap, and let's just sell the hell out of it. And there are companies to this day still doing that. They'll lie, cheat, and steal to get business in the door. And if the client doesn't actually check to make sure that the data is accurate, they're going to be making decisions that's going to ultimately hurt their business. When a client is looking and vetting us out, they are looking at multiple solutions because they don't want to just believe the hype that's in the market. They want to look at, they want to talk to people that they know that have used different solutions because the recommendations go a long way. If somebody else has been using a solution for a couple of years and is happy, that obviously carries a lot of weight. But at the end of the day, the client should be testing the software. So you're going to put a new tech stack in front that's going to make business decisions for you. Because again, a lot of our clients use our stuff in real time to be a visitor firewall, blocking fraudulent and not blocking real people. You want to know for yourself that you trust the software, that you've ran it through your own test. So we tell everybody, run it through the test. If you pick 2 or 3 people that you kind of like for whatever reason, based on recommendations, whatever, run all 3 of them through a test and see which ones you find are the most accurate and are going to solve your problem. Because the worst thing I've seen is I've seen companies deploy technology that's supposed to be a fraud detection solution and watched everything tank. And they don't know why, but they didn't do any testing.